All right, we're live.
We are pleased today to be joined by our youngest guest to join the pod thus far. Born on April 5th, 2003 from Hammer, Ontario, this individual was drafted in the third round in the 2019 OHL draft, being selected 57th overall to the Flint Firebirds. Hockey runs in the family as his brother is one of our OG guests and soon to be NHL stud. You can now see this individual tearing up the esports where he is what is called a sweat in Fortnite. Welcome to the Behind the Bench podcast, Zachary Giroux. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. You're better in reading than I thought.
Hey. Oh, it's gonna be
Starting hot right off the gates. I love it.
I wasn't gonna chirp you, but nice headset. Hey, Jim, you had an old pair like that you used to wear for the first couple episodes, but then the sponsors kicked in, so you bought the AirPods. So.
Exactly.
No, thanks for having me on, Tom. Great intro.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, you said I can't read, but I was practicing this, last night, and I was bugging Alex to make sure that there was enough commas and periods in that. So
yeah, he's getting his reps in.
I was getting my reps in. Any class today, Zach? Like, what's going on? I know you guys are virtual, but run us through what a week looks like for school for you.
Yeah, so for me, I don't really have a tough semester, but I got role parental. So I go to Horizon, which is in French. So role parental, then spare, and then in the morning I got another spare, and then nutrition. Wow, that's my semester. Yeah.
Is it gonna be bad for me to ask you what that first class is in English? What?
Parental role.
Parental role.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So you have to bring a baby home and stuff?
Yeah, one weekend I will. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Jim, do you remember that in high school where you saw those people walk around with the babies and stuff?
Yeah.
And then randomly cry? I feel like the teacher probably has a big ass system on his desk at home that he just hits the buttons of when it's gonna cry and stuff. That's hilarious. Have they told that? Have they told you, Zach, what the plan is for graduation? Is it through Zoom? I assume so.
Yeah, the graduation, they already said it's going to be through Zoom call, but for prom, they haven't said anything yet. So we'll see about that.
Hope for the best.
virtual dances.
Let's get a prom in.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Zach, when did you start playing hockey?
Like every other hockey player, I think I started at the age of 3 playing organized hockey. What was fortunate enough for me was having a brother that was already playing organized hockey. So my dad was able to put a hockey rink in our backyard. So he kind of put me on skates at the age of 2, being ready to play organized hockey. And all I remember from that is my jersey being bigger, going all the way down to my skates. So that was the pictures I remember, and yeah, that's how it started.
And what made you stick with it? Obviously, guys, I don't know if you played any other sports, but what kind of made you be like, all right, I want to pursue this thing?
Yeah, as soon as I was getting good at it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
as soon as I stepped on the ice and I was like, I could actually play this sport. It kind of just stuck with me, and I fell in love with it.
Okay, cool.
So that's what it was for me.
Alex, if you didn't know, his dad used to be I'm not sure about professional, but he used to bodybuild. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah, that's right.
He's ripped. Jim, you should see some of these pics. This guy Daniel was ripped. So
still brags about it.
We got to talk about the outdoor rink. That obviously, since I've known you guys had this outdoor rink that's just phenomenal for you and your brother just to continue to work on your skills and get better. Would you say having this throughout the winters is an advantage for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually very lucky, especially you guys going on a few times and me being able to go on and play with guys that are 3 years older than me. That definitely helped me out a lot and got me grittier, especially, and not being afraid to fight and those, especially when I played against guys
that are older.
Year older. Yeah, exactly, throughout my life. So that definitely helped me out a lot. Yeah.
Sticking with the ODR, Zach, this question might come off a little weird, but so since you're almost developed as a hockey player now that you're older, what would you say you work on in a year like this, skill wise? Do you have certain drills, or are you just working on shooting? Run us through maybe what you work on at your age now.
Yeah, right now it's just trying to keep the skill there. You don't really get the opportunity to battle and to do stuff with other people. So you just make sure to do pep drills. Definitely work on your shot. That's what I've been doing, and just little things again, like rimming pucks around the wall, catching the pass on the backhand, just little stuff like that'll get you better in games.
Right. Is your dad out there like helping you with drills and giving you passes as like a little tutor or what?
Yeah, he's been working a lot lately, but whenever he's not working, he always finds time to come out and pass me the puck, give me one-timers. He always
Nice.
has to do something for us, so yeah, that's been good for that.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Good stuff. So again, you get to play on this ODR and develop your skills. Describe your game for the people. What are you gonna get from watching Zach?
Oh, he's a greedy little shit that chirps and yaps and that puts the puck in the back of the net at the same time.
Yeah, definitely on the ODR. I don't think I've ever went on the ODR with my brother without getting into a fight with him. Like our competition is over the top, but on the ice in a regular game, I think my speed, my battles, like I never quit on pucks. I will work harder than anyone else on the ice, and I think I'm a goal scorer as well.
I like it. Nice. And talking about the chirping, Tom said, like, getting under your skin. I got a good story. I don't know if you'll remember this because you were younger, but I went to go watch because I had buddies playing Tom's age on Cyber. This is when the rivalry was still there with Nickel City. I forget what rink it was in the Valley, but I was there watching. I played AA hockey, so I had my jacket on, and this little kid comes up beside me. He's like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, you don't play for this team?" I'm like, no, I'm just watching. Because, well, you're wearing a Wolves jacket. It's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I play AA, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts looking behind my jacket. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, you're a AA hockey player, eh? Nice. Yeah, it's like, nice jacket, AA hockey player. And he wouldn't get off my case the entire time we were there. And it was Zach Giroux. Little Zach Giroux was all over me. You remember that?
No, I don't actually. No.
Hey, he's done it so many times. Other people.
No kidding.
Oh my god.
You're just a nobody.
No, I don't. Wow. Sorry for that. I guess.
That was all time. It was all time. I knew I wouldn't like to play against him from that, guaranteed. All right, let's move on into your midget year. So we'll kind of fast forward a little bit. You played Nickel City like your brother, growing all the way up, and you end up combining teams with Sudbury. So what was it like, kind of combining that rivalry and then playing with all these, like you guys had a stacked team: Stillman, McHugh, Mitch Martin, like a bunch of draft picks. I'm sure I'm missing a few guys, but talk about that.
Honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
Being two really good teams that can compete in the South tournaments in Toronto. We knew when we combined, like we can have a shot to be top team in Canada.
Yeah.
So once that happened, we got gelled, and our team just started buzzing.
Yeah.
Like we were really good, and at the end of the year we knew that, and we knew we can compete at OHL Cup and other tournaments, and we finished top 5 in Canada. So it was what we expected. It was good.
No big deal.
Jim, I would say that team was probably just as stacked as when our year, the 2000 draft. Everybody on my team got drafted but me, but we'll leave that out.
There's a big debate. There's a big debate, I hear, that this 03 team versus the 2000s.
Oh, come on.
Everyone in their prime.
Yeah, they had more draft picks, but a shittier year because, like, the 03 draft, besides you guys, are shit. But anyways.
Wow, Tom, that's a wow.
No,
Tom,
I meant
you're talking big game right now.
Yeah. Hey, hey, why do you think I didn't go? Because there's too many better players than me. But if I was like an 01, maybe I would have won first round. No, we'll leave that out. No, I like getting Zach going, making him laugh. But Al, you like this story, actually. I don't even know if I've ever told you this. So I actually had the opportunity to coach Zach, which we'll get into. But I was coaching the midget team, or assistant coach of the midget team that year. So we ended up having to play Zach like 6-7 times, and that was fun. And Al, you like this one? I'm not sure.
Did they beat you guys?
Oh yeah, they beat us almost every time. Yeah, every time. I think
we didn't just beat them.
Al, listen to this.
Let it fly. I love it.
No, you guys haven't heard this one yet. This one's actually like this involves Paulie. So Paulie's on the door this game. Okay. So my dad's on the door, like managers never really come on the bench and whatever. So So the game's already like 5-6-0 at this point, midway through the second. And we get 2 penalties and we're on a 5-on-3 against these guys. And their coach decides to call a timeout for a 5-on-3 when they're already up 5-6-0. So Brian's like fuming, like, you fucking idiot, calling like a timeout and all that shit. And my dad's fuming too, because it's like the game's already out of hand and it's a 5-on-3. You already know what's going in the back of the net. So Chim, after the timeout, they send out 5 forwards. Okay, no defense, 5 forwards. And McHugh was the one that was, so the way the bench was at Countryside, McHugh was the one that was running like the point right beside our door where my dad was.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, hey, McHugh, 93 or whatever number he wore. You need 5 forwards to score on us? Hey, you need 5 forwards? Literally, I think Zach won the draw and went like around 3 times. And it took like 15 seconds for the puck to go in the net. And they scored. And McHugh comes over to Bolly and goes, yeah, 5 forwards, 5 forwards. That's all it took, 5 forwards.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, Dad, I looked at my dad. I'm like, yeah, just don't do that to them next time. Like, are you kidding?
Especially that character, too. Like,
Oh, I know. I said
God.
anybody else. Like, you could have just sent it to Zach. He would have laughed at you. Like, at least you know him. But there goes our chance of ever getting McHugh on. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
But,
we'll get him on. We're going to have to relay that story to him. That one's unbelievable. Oh, my God.
But Zach, you got a few games up with the midgets after I worked my magic with my dad to get you called up. So run us through what it was in the locker. I didn't hear any stories or anything like that. But how was the boys when you got called up to the midget team? Were they welcoming? Obviously, having a guy like you coming on board.
Yeah, they were actually really welcoming. They loved having me play, which didn't really surprise me actually at first, because I didn't think I'd yeah. And also like just taking away like minutes of their ice times. Like, I didn't think they're going to be willing for me to take that away from them. But
you can say you can say you were our best player when you got called up, even though you were a minor. It's okay.
But yeah. So
just walk over that one. Like, come on. Like, what's he gonna answer to that, Tom? Like, come on.
Tom.
He's trying to throw him right under the bus.
I'm buzzing.
It was really fun in the locker room. Just the road trips to Cap.
Oh yeah.
Just it made it really fun for a team that I didn't really know. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience.
And I actually had the opportunity to coach you, Zach, and you actually ended up getting hurt 2 games before OHL Cup, or even the last game before you guys were leaving. And I remember you on the bench, like a little butthurt that you might be playing hurt or not even playing in this tournament. But Al, I'm not sure if Zach's gonna want to tell the story I was telling him, but I was like, Zach, the draft's already like basically done, buddy. You're still gotta go, because Jim, he was a little worried that he wasn't gonna play in the tournament and maybe not even get drafted. But I said, do you not know who your brother is, and do you not know how actually good you are? Like, the draft's already done come November. So I don't know if you want to touch on that story, because
so I couldn't function my leg. So I got Charlie horsed on my left leg, and it just got worse and worse as I kept playing. And there was that last game where Tom helped me out on the bench, but it was physically not possible. Like, I couldn't take a stride, and OHL Cup was coming up, so I was like, damn, like that's a big tournament to play in.
Right.
Like, that's where they pick like who they want and stuff. So I was just having a hard time thinking, like, what if I can't play in this tournament? Like, what's gonna happen? Yeah, Tom just helped me out through all that.
Nice,
so
hey, Tom, give yourself a pat in the back.
Yeah, I know.
Slide that story in. Hey,
This
Tom,
is on YouTube, so I'll slide that right in.
Tom, there you go. You basically got him drafted. You know, congrats.
Yeah, Tom wanted me to let you know that he's one of the best coaches I ever had. So
I saw him reading off a page there. He's reading off a.
I just texted him.
Tom, how much did you pay him for that? My God.
Yeah. I just texted him. Well, yes, I didn't have that story in the game notes out, so you couldn't see it, but I had to make sure to get that out.
Oh my God.
What was I about to say? How'd you guys end up doing in OHL Cup? Did you end up playing?
I ended up playing 3 of the 4 round robin games we played.
Okay.
Yeah. So during OHL Cup, we didn't play at our potential. We can say we didn't we could have played a lot better, I find. But the one game where we played good, we beat the Toronto Red Wings, who went to overtime with Don Mills Flyers.
Right.
We beat them 3-1 or something like that. It's
crazy.
We could have been there, and it really pissed me off seeing them in the final game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we could have done a lot better in that tournament for sure.
Was it basically your whole team at that OHL Cup team? Like, was there kids from the Sioux and Timmins?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
Jack Mateer who went
Okay.
first round to Ottawa. There
Hmm.
was a few kids from the Sioux
Hmm.
and a few from North Bay too. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was like
Good
most
mix.
likely from our
Yeah.
a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
them
yeah,
from our
yeah, yeah,
team,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like yeah, good mix.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's good.
So moving on to more of your brother here. So obviously we talked about you guys getting in fights at the outdoor rink, and from when I've known you guys and grown up with you guys, there was always some heated moments, and from stories I've heard from you guys even working out and a bunch of yelling matches and mini sticks, and the list goes on. So just touch upon like what his impact's been on you besides all the chirping and all that.
Besides all that, I am extremely lucky to have him as a brother.
Yeah.
I truly am. Just to be able to work out and go on the ice with him and just see him work his ass off every day, it's
Yeah.
so motivational.
Yeah.
It seriously brings it out of yourself. To be
Hmm.
able to work out with him, it it makes you work so much harder because you just want like he brings it out of you
Hmm.
and it's just awesome. It gets me motivated. It gets me better, and I just love it. I love every second of it.
Is there one thing that specifically like is a trigger for you? Like you see him do, and you're like, yeah, like I'm ready. Like run through a brick wall.
Yeah, whatever he does, I have to do it as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
if he does an extra set, I have to do an extra set. If he
yeah,
skates suicide at the ends of a practice, I have to do it.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Or whenever he sees me do it, he
yeah.
has to do it too. So
That's
our
cool.
competition is unbelievable, but
I like that.
it gets us better. So I
That's
love
sick.
that for him.
Yeah.
Love that.
Do you guys talk every day, Zach? Like for any pointers, since like he's already been through the whole HL, does he give you any pointers on like the upcoming season, or even like does he ask you for help and when he watches AHL games going on right now?
Yeah, he called me a few times after his game, just making sure he's doing the right thing. And definitely when we've been on the ice during the summer, he's been teaching me a lot how to be strong on my stick, how to win pucks in front of the net and stuff like that. So he has been teaching me a lot, but I also like how he asked me for the same thing.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
That's
so
cool.
so yeah, he's definitely been teaching me a lot on the ice and definitely off the ice too, because without him, I would not be where I am right now.
Hmm.
That's for sure.
That's awesome, and leads right into you getting drafted to the OHL. So you get drafted by Flint, like Tom mentioned before. Was Flint always on your radar, or did you have any idea you were going there?
Flint has never talked to me. Like that was the one team that did not talk to me. It was weird. It was actually really weird. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So on draft day, I knew like because throughout the year I was ranked through the third round, so I knew
Hmm.
okay, like third, fourth, fifth round, I'd hopefully get chosen. And I saw Flint back to back picks late third round. I was like, okay, I don't know, I don't know about this. They didn't
Yeah.
talk to me, but uh, yeah, that's the pick I got. And those two back to back picks.
Crazy. Were you following like through the whole thing? Because I know some guys stop paying attention to the draft and kind of buzz off, were you locked in the entire time?
So I started watching it by
Yeah.
myself in my room, and my brother called me and he just wanted my thoughts on the first round. And he told me, he's like, my biggest regret is not watching it with my family and not
Yeah.
like having like not being there and celebrating with my family when the
Yeah.
pick happened. So he told me to go upstairs, just enjoy it with my whole family because my whole family was
Nice.
here, but I just didn't want to not like if I didn't get chosen, I didn't want to be there for like a sad moment or whatever.
Hmm.
Right.
But he told me his biggest regret was not celebrating with the family, so I just went upstairs and watched it no matter what. So and I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt. What if you don't mind saying? Do you know like did you know of any other teams that were on your radar talking to you at all?
Yeah, there's about like basically all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like
That's
yeah,
so crazy, man.
I got a call from all the other teams, and Flint was not the one to call, but I'm happy they they did pick me.
That's
Hmm.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next question, Zachy. So you actually end up playing some games for Flint last year from getting called up from Ray's side. You had 3 points in 5 games. How was it like scoring like your first OHL goal, and who was it against? Was it North Bay?
Yeah, it was West Bay.
So how was that?
It was awesome. It was actually a dream come true. But for me, it
Okay.
didn't really sink in but until after the game, because when I did score, it was in the first, but it didn't feel like a celebration.
Right.
Like when I scored, like everyone went for the puck. No one came around me. I just had my hands up. I was celebrating by myself. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. But then I went to the bench and like everyone was silent. And I was like, oh, okay. And then after, when I got out of the room, they had a big celebration for me there. But it didn't really sink in that holy shit, I scored my first OHL goal until
Right.
until the end of the game. Yeah.
That's
wild.
Have they told you what the plan is, or is, I don't know if you've been hearing anything since you're actually like in the OHL, despite what me and Alex hear just from the news and the sports news, like have they told you what the plan is for coming up for the OHL? They're going into this bubble, or like what's going on there?
Yeah, so the plan is that there's going to be an announcement at the end of this month, which should be very soon. And if the season does start, it's going to be a 24 game schedule, I'm pretty sure. And there's going to be 4 hub cities.
Right.
For I don't know how many teams, but no one knows much. But that's the plan so far. Just hub cities and teams playing through that arena and 24 game schedule.
Interesting. And so obviously you played a little bit in Flint. What's it like living there? I hear stories about Flint. What's the city like?
It's actually very nice.
Yeah.
I heard stories too about the downtown part of Flint.
Yeah.
I've never really been there yet because the rink is on the outskirts.
Well, you were 12 when you played, like.
yeah. No, but where I've seen it's been really nice so far, and it's I'm really happy to be there.
Good stuff. And in those games you got to play against your brother too, which is again full circle moment. What was that like?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't have 1 second of not being on the bench or on the ice, just smiling.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Just seeing him next to me, seeing him chirp me, seeing him chirp others on the ice, seeing like how he actually is on the ice.
Yeah.
And see how much of a big impact he actually is. It's actually awesome. And to be able to face him on the face off and winning that draw, having that video forever that triggers him is awesome. Yeah. It's a surreal moment for sure.
Were your parents and family there, Zach, for the game? And who like was Claudette and Dan wearing jerseys? And were they like, was Claudette wearing yours and Dana was wearing Saginaw? Like, how did that all go down?
Yeah, so my mom just decided to not wear anything.
Right,
smart move.
Yeah, but my dad had a Flint hat and a Sag jersey or a Sag sweater. Yeah, but he went with the mix-up. It was funny.
Poor boy, yeah.
They must have been a little emotional, Zach. What, like, did they tell you anything about? I'm sure your mom had a couple tears in there. That's pretty accomplishing to have 2 kids going the OHL and playing against each other.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said like when we were young, that's what their goal was.
Right.
To make sure we had that power skating, to make sure we had that extra ice time, that ODR to help us get to the OHL and get to where we want to be.
That's
so cool. So for them, it was like knowing they did a good job, and it was awesome.
So cool.
Okay, so now we're gonna move a little bit away from hockey, so we have to get into a little bit of esports talk here, Zach. And I know there's one story in particular that might have a little bit of bad blood still between my co-host and the guest we have on, Zach Giroux. So before we get into it, what's your thoughts? Because I know you're a big Fortnite guy, and I obviously play with you. But what are your thoughts so far in the new season? Give us your thoughts on it.
So the first couple days I played it, it was awful. Like it was the worst experience I've ever had. Like the new guns, the upgrading, like the mechanical parts, everything, just the new guns.
Yeah.
Just nothing clicked. Like didn't know how to upgrade them. I was stuck with a makeshift shoddy. Like for the first couple days, not knowing how to put it to a regular pump. But then after I knew how easy it was to upgrade it, and I'm starting to like it now. So.
That's oh man, we have to get into this. We have to get into this.
He's the toughest teammate you could play for.
It wasn't a hard job, Jim. It wasn't not a hard job.
Okay, so let me tee it up, but
I don't remember it fully, so
I don't remember it fully either. No, so I think Zach probably remembers.
It looks like he knows everything about it, like instilled in his brain.
It was us 3 playing, and we had.
So hard.
Was it us 3 and me or Brett? Was it which one was it?
Me, you, Brett.
Okay, us 3 and Brett, and I think there was like I'm gonna say less than 15 people left, and Storm was kind of far away. All these Fortnite people, sorry. So we had to move closer to where Storm ended up. So we had to like use that, what the Fortnite people say, as movement. So back then, a few seasons ago, there was a thing called a launch pad. So we ended up
Oh
placing
my! Now I remember this.
We
This
ended
is
up-
sewer job of the year.
we ended up placing, I think it was me that placed the launch pad, or it could have been Zach, but we ended up placing it. We ended up talking in the mic saying, "Oh, we placed a launch pad." Full communication was there. And
There was
everybody
not
on-
full communication.
everybody on the team but Chim took the launch pad, and he ended up dying in Storm.
Tom, that's such a sewer job. First of all, he was screaming in the mic, being like, "I'm gonna drop a launch pad. I don't know. Yeah, I'll drop a launch pad. I'll drop a launch pad." and then he didn't say anything. And then all you guys took it. It got shot out. I died in a storm.
Oh, yeah, because Zach, go ahead.
So Storm was far, and I built up the place launchpad to be able to go to circle.
Right.
And all I said was, I placed launchpad, I'm going. Because
Right. We were still far away, Tom.
No,
Oh, dude.
it was like we're on top of the hill, but it's all good. It's all good, Jim. It happened. So Tom, Brett all took the launch pad, no one, but you were just stuck there, not being able to find it.
No,
You're just like, where is this launch pad?
I couldn't find
Oh,
it.
you couldn't find it. That's what it was.
Yeah, so 10 seconds later, you got pushed by a 4-man squad,
I am
and
fucked.
they just broke down the launch pad, and you were pissed. You were pissed. How do you guys leave me? You guys are a freaking selfish squad. You guys are.
Hey, Zach,
And then-
he hasn't played with us since,
Yeah,
man.
never played with him ever again after that one. I haven't played with that guy after.
I've been on a hiatus. I've been on
No,
a hiatus.
you've been playing with your other friends, and it's funny because I text you throughout the day or like in the morning when we're even talking about the pod. I'm like, oh, you want to, relieve some stress and play Fortnite tonight? And then I log on to play with Zach, and I see you on,
I
but you're
will
in the
make a
squad
comeback,
already.
but I feel like I'm in like the minors right now. I need to get better. I'm not good at Fortnite, right? So I'm just trying to work on getting better so I can play with a tough teammate. Like when he demands something from me, I need to deliver. Right now I can't deliver. So I'm training. He's one of the toughest teammates I've ever played with on Fortnite.
Yeah, but Zach's good. He carries your team. He's like
Yeah.
he was in the Fortnite squad. So
I will
that
make a
story is
comeback.
all-
I will make a comeback.
I
believe you.
think that story, like from Jim getting mad, had Brett in tears. Like, I still remember
it
his
was good.
laugh and stuff.
He's gonna be reading or listening to this, laughing for sure.
Yeah.
That's all time.
Oh, that's too good.
Well, Zach, we're to get into our little segment here that's called Fast Five, just to round out the interview. And so I'm just gonna shoot 5 questions at you, and whatever your first answer comes out is what it's gonna be the answer for the question. Is that cool or what?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so sticking to the Fortnite theme, the first question is favorite Fortnite gun.
Favorite Fortnite gun, probably the regular pump.
Oh,
Regular.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say
Gold,
Brutus
purple pump.
minigun. I thought he was gonna say Brutus
Oh, that
minigun.
minigun too. Oh, that was good.
He
That
wanted it
was
so
good.
bad every time he played.
Hey,
Forgot
I know-
about that.
I know the
Forgot
Fast
about
Five is supposed
that.
to be quick, but the funny story actually, like 2 days ago when I was playing with Zach, like so the new upgrade we were talking about, or the new season we were talking about the upgrade of the shotgun, and I had a green makeshift, Al. No, I had a purple makeshift, and Zach had a green. I had a purple pump, sorry, and Zach had a green makeshift, and he was just like, "Anyone got a purple pump? Purple pump? Anyone have a purple pump?" Like the whole time, and I'm like, "Here,
Spamming it,
fucking
it
take my
was
purple
hilarious.
pump."
That's what he's a demanding teammate. You have to
But
have these things
Tim,
for
you
him.
have to
No.
do what you want to do to win. And I dropped in the purple pump. I made him shut
Exactly.
up, and then we won.
There I didn't actually want. I was just being annoying because me and Brad were kind of getting heated. And it was just to freaking be in his ear all the time. I don't know. It was funny. But
Oh,
then
Zachy.
Tommy actually dropped one. I was like, okay, I will not say no to this. But one thing about Tommy is, yeah, he will do actually whatever it takes. Like if I'm low on mats, he will drop me mats. If I'm low on
Yeah,
ammo, he'll
Tom
drop
is
me ammo.
all-time
Like,
teammate.
He is probably the
he-
best team I've ever played with. Not
yeah.
like Michael.
Oh yeah, Michael.
Oh
Anyways,
no,
we
we
won't
got
get
beef
into
with
that.
Michael.
Jim, how about this the other day? Sorry, this Fortnite talk's gonna be going. We maybe shouldn't have started the Fast Five, but the other one was Brett died a couple games ago, and me, Zach, and Mayu like wiped out everybody else, but there was one person left, Jim, and Brett. We got Brett's reboot card, and the van was right there, and there's still one person left. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go get Brett for the reboot. So I rebooted Brett, and then as soon as he was like spawned back alive, Zach killed the guy. But I'm like, hey, everybody was here. Everybody was a
That's
part
right.
of it.
Everyone was
Hey.
there for it. Yeah.
Brett needs to have the final kill every time. He just asks for it. It's so funny.
Yeah,
He
or
doesn't
else
get a-
he's like
he doesn't-
sad.
He doesn't get a kill throughout the whole game, so he needs that last kill to make him feel good. Make him feel
Oh,
like he was a part of the win.
that's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
That's
Just
amazing.
getting Brett.
Okay, Zachy, next question. Favorite pregame song?
All-time favorite pregame song would be "Closer" by Chainsmokers.
Ooh,
That-
Yeah.
ooh,
Okay.
That
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
me, like, throughout the Bantam
I like
years.
that.
That got me going
Yeah.
for sure.
I
I
like
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just gonna cough here. Next question. Favorite coach?
Other than Tom Wattles.
Yeah, let's keep it other to me.
Favorite coach probably be Chris McInnes in the Bantam years.
Guinea. Yeah. Yeah.
He
Hey, that's
actually,
two answers now.
he
for Guinea.
actually developed me a lot. Like
Yeah.
he focused on, not like we never skated throughout those 2 years, like never skated through practices, but he really made sure that we developed as a team and those skills. So like that edge work practice every week,
Hmm.
skills practice, it really developed me as a player, and I
Cool.
love that. So I love
Yeah.
that as a coach.
You guys used to
Guinea.
skate him and your brother, no? Just like you guys?
Yeah.
Just you three. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and just develop our edge work and our skating and our shooting. I really like that.
Yeah.
It's
Good
good.
stuff.
For sure. Next question is most memorable goal of your career or motto / saying that you live by. You can choose either
You
or.
can choose either or. Yeah.
I'll go favorite goal, and it was in Kappa Skasing, playing major midget, and scoring that game winner with like 2 minutes left to take a 3-1 lead or whatever it was. That goal was hyped. Like the team, that goal coming out of the blue line and just wristing it bar down
Yeah.
with like 2 minutes left to win that game was awesome. It was
Unreal.
actually, yeah, with the new team, that was probably my favorite goal of all time.
Nice.
Wow. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the answer to this one. So the last but not least, you've probably heard it before. Favorite Sudbury restaurant.
So for that, it would have to be Eastside Mario's. Just
East
Ooh.
Side Mary. Okay. Wow.
like, I'm just so used to that being my pregame meal every time I'm going down to Toronto.
Yes.
Having that like twice every weekend,
Oh,
and
There you
yeah,
go.
Fabs.
just the Italian wedding soup.
Yeah.
I can't miss out.
Hey,
That's
the coach is like yelling at you, not too much bread, and you're like,
Yeah.
the loaves are just coming. Oh,
Unlimited bread.
Carb
Yeah,
load. Yeah.
that's bad. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's my favorite restaurant though, for sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's gonna round out the Fast Five and the interview. Zach, thanks for coming on. I'll let Tom take it over, but on behalf of myself, thanks for coming on. It was awesome, and we'll reunite the relationship on Fortnite soon. So
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on. Al.
yeah, Zachy, this is like full circle. Seeing obviously you grow up and turn out to the player that you are now. It's very, very accomplishing what you've done so far, and obviously the future is bright. And we wish you all the best next year, because you're gonna get a full season there with Flint, and obviously, hopefully, if there's a season come next month, we'll maybe look to get you back on to get some bubble talk in, because I'm sure that's gonna be eventful for you. But yeah, thanks, dude, for coming on. I'm sure our listeners are gonna like to hear the younger side of hockey.
Yeah, thanks, Lon. Been looking forward to this for the week now, so it's thank you, appreciate it.
awesome.
Buddy.